Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to create this blend in Adobe Illustrator. So we're going to mainly be using the blend tool during this lesson. The first thing I need you to do is open up a new document. So go to File and New. We're going to use the web preset and we can design in points since that's the default unit of measurement in Illustrator. You can choose landscape design and then keep all other defaults the same by clicking Create. So as we're going through this lesson, I'm going to want you to look at certain tools, certain panels. So the easiest thing for you to do is to reset your Essentials workspace so that we can all be viewing the same thing. Now, the first step in this process is to draw your word, the word that we're going to work with. So go to your type tool and you're going to type a word. I use the word Corona in mine. This time I'll use COVID. You guys can use whatever word that you want as long as it is school appropriate. Once you use your word, you type your word, you're going to hold down Shift and drag that bottom corner arrow so that you can resize the word so that it takes up a decent portion of your screen. Since we're going to be working closely with the word, you want to make sure it's large enough that you can see the details of the outline of the word. Once you have your word designed, go over to the character section of your properties panel. If you don't see the character panel, you need to make sure your word is selected. Once it's selected, that will show up in your properties panel. So you can either click this drop-down arrow to find the word, find whatever font that you want, or you can type the word script. So I'm going to ask you to create some type of script font, which script basically means a cursive of sorts. So pick whatever script font that you want on here. I'm just going to use the brush script. Now, when you're thinking through which script to choose, I want you to think that one line is going to connect every letter in this word. So just choosing a script font makes it a little easier to do that later on. Once you have it selected, go to your layers panel and we are going to lock this layer. So you lock the layer by clicking just to the left of the layer and that lock button will appear. That means we can no longer alter this layer at all, but it's just going to serve as a background template for what we're going to do next. Next, you'll need to create a new layer, and this is where we're really going to create those blends. So with this new layer selected, I want you to go to your Ellipse tool. And we're going to draw a small circle covering the first letter in your word. Now with that selected, I want you to change the color of the fill. So whatever color you happen to like, I'm just going to use this pinkish purple. We're then going to hold down Alt and create multiple circles that cover your letter. Now as you're drawing these circles, I want you to think through one line is going to cover every letter in this document. So make sure you can create circles that go in a cohesive line once you connect them. So I'm going to keep drawing my circles. If that doesn't make sense, it will make sense soon. So just kind of copy what I do. All right, I'm going here. I'm actually going to create some extra circles right here and put them at the top of the D. And then my last line will be this final connection of the D. Okay, so once you have all of your circles drawn out, I want you to look in your layer. Drop down layer 2, you'll see all of those sub layers on there. They should all be that one color. So the next thing we're going to do is we have to create multiple colors in order to blend the circles together. So I want you can either click on here and try to select multiple circles, or what I'm going to do, just to make it a little easier, I'm going to select them this way. When that little red square appears to the right of the layer, you'll know that it's selected. So you'll see I have this red square here and it's also selected here. That's how I can tell which circle is actually selected. So I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to just randomly select multiple squares here. Those are a little too close together. Spread it out. So now I have some random squares selected and I want to change that color. So I can either just go to my fill color and change a color here, or if I want to look at complementary colors, I'm going to go to the Windows panel and then I'm going to click Color Themes. When you click Color Themes, you'll see you can see colors that naturally are just going to look good together. You can move the color wheel to see what blend you happen to like the best. Once you find a color you're happy with, some shades that you like, I want you to go right to this option that says Add to Swatches and click that button. So when you add to your swatches, now when I go to my swatches panel and scroll down, I'll see there's those colors that I just selected. So I am going to click, those are all still selected. I'm just going to click this purple. Let's see the blue. I like the blue better. Okay. Now I want to create a third color so that this ends up blending really well. So next I'm going to hold down Shift for some other of the pink circles, the pink ellipses, and then we're going to change that color. All right, so for these, I'm now going to scroll down again and we'll choose this red color. All right, now I have enough circles that I will be able to blend them together. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these, go to your blend tool. The keyboard shortcut for the blend tool is W. If you don't see it, it's that square that has little circles on top of it. So starting at one point, at the first word, we're just going to click from point to point. You'll see this doesn't exactly look like the word at this point, but you are getting that blend effect. And we're going to come with the pen tool and straighten this up in a minute. So right now the point is just to get all of the blends drawn. So we're going to click around. Oh, I actually did that backwards. So we're going to go this way. Go here to here. Oh man. Okay, so there's my word. Again, doesn't look great, but we have an idea. And you can hover over that, hide that layer 1 to see just what it's going to look like in the end. Okay, so we have that drawn out. Now we need to go to your pen tool. So this is the pen tool right here. You're going to hold down Alt and you're going to kind of curve these different lines just to make it look smoother along the word. As you're curving them, you start to see how this comes into effect. So I am actually going to pause and do this on my own, and then I'll start it up to save time. Okay, so I finished Alt clicking and dragging those letters. Now you'll see everywhere we added a circle, it created an anchor point. So right here on my V, that anchor point just looks kind of strange there. It's not blending well, it's not really adding anything. So I'm just going to delete that anchor point by, see when I hover over it, it has that X. I'm going to click that. That will delete that anchor point. I keep getting the pen tool. Okay, so I actually had to come over here and click delete anchor point. So once you do that, you can actually click it. My geometrics keeps getting in the way. Okay, you see I clicked it and now it's a little bit smoother. So we can hide that layer 1 and now you'll see how it looks in the end. So there's some more that I could do with this to make it look a little bit smoother. But in the end, you should have a word, your blend should be pretty smooth. Now, once I click the word, the last step is to double click on your blend tool. And right now it's on specified steps. I'm going to change that to smooth color and preview it. You'll see each of these options changes the look of the word. So let's do specified distance. My preview is not working. Okay, let's try this. I'm freezing up. Okay, smooth color. Okay, see when I added smooth color, everything just kind of got smoothed out. So you can keep working on it, but this is the basic idea. You create a letter. I'm looking at this, I'm seeing this O. I don't really love the way that looks, so I'm going to go back to my pen tool, hold down Alt, and just make that a little bit smoother here. So again, you can work on it, make it look as good as you have time to do, but you got the basic idea. All right, so make me a word, use your blend tool, smooth it out, and I should be able to read the word, I should see that it's smooth, and I should see all the blending within the letters. So that is your lesson today.